Okay, here we go. Feet!
So, you succeeded in dousing the elixir cauldrons. Unimportant. The inevitable is already upon us.
Dan Shu. It's you.
Dan Shaw.
I have met you before in my capacity as Chief Alchemist, Master Diviner. You don't seem surprised.
Dan Shaw. Have we met Dan Shaw? I don't remember what the name of the blind woman was. Wait, it's her? It's the blind. No, we're not gonna kill her, are we? Oh god, I'll feel so sad if we kill her. We're probably gonna kill her.
Indeed. The General and I knew that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus must be hiding in the Alchemy Commission.
I hope there's
However,
some
without
interaction
evidence, we
here.
couldn't bring charges before the commissions. We had to wait for you to show yourselves.
I hope there's like some interaction here. Because we did actually, you know, let her go.
And now your charges are many. Drawing Stellaron spirits into the Xianzhou, resurrecting the Ambrosial Arbor, striking down our people with Mara. The Ten Lords Commission will address these transgressions during your reckoning.
Crimes? If I am guilty, then all of our Xianzhou ancestors are also guilty. They were the ones who accepted the blessings of the abundance and turned their descendants into long-life species. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus are only walking on the road our ancestors once took. How is it a crime to seek ascendance?
But that's not really her reason. Her reason was very different and was much more personal than this.
In days of old, the roots of the Ambrosial Arbor enveloped the Xianzhou Luofu like a living creature. We controlled the stellar seas, and none could stand in our way. Everyone could become celestial and shift form at will. Divine miracles descended onto all 9 Xianzhou ships. What a glorious time that was. How far the Xianzhou has fallen. We consent to be commanded by the devilish archer. Suffer continuously at the hands of the denizens of abundance. And the Ten Lords Commission even forces us to give up our immortality. How pitiful. I do not blame you for your ignorance. We were not born in the era when the Ambrosial Arbor first descended. Nor did we witness its miracles. But now, we now have an opportunity to restore the ancient laws.
I don't really like this. I feel like this is bad. Oh man, this is pretty bad. Like, you had a really compelling, like, character before, with a very compelling reason, who had an actual, like, motivation for why she wanted to just destroy the Xianzhou. And now she's just been turned into your stereotypical villain. Oh, I am greater than thou. I will become greater than thou. Ascend. Become better than all of them. Greater power nonsense. It went from personal vendetta to glory becomes you.
The Ambrosial Arbor's descent will bring us undying bodies.
But that's not what she wanted. This is not what Dan Shu wanted. She was one of her. Am I remembering wrong? I remember that she hated the fact that she had an undying body. Like it was a curse to her. And most of the reason why she joined the Sanctus Medicus is just because she despised the Hunter more.
The one who gave us the Stellaron said that Pantilia, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have fulfilled our promise. You, Lord Ravager, must do the same. Now, quickly.
Little pawn, must you force me to intervene directly? I'm loath to flout my philosophy of destruction.
She wanted her sight back. No, but like, what really? Okay, also, what is going on? But like, what drove her? Like, what really broke her? Like the thing that really just made her go the wrong direction was when the hunter god, or Eidolon, or whatever it's called, the hunter god ended up killing her best friend as a, you know, collateral damage, and that's what drove her over the edge.
Never mind. It would seem the time has come for other means of dismantling the Xianzhou from within.
Also, what is this? So Tengyou was the evil one after all?
What a shame. It would have been nice to observe for a little longer. You received the gift of abundance.
Surely you can withstand the blessing of destruction.
Wait, that was the... Did she just twist her neck?
Myself.
Wait, did she just twist her neck?
Wait, hold on a second. Are you really saying that Miss Tingyun was a member of the Antimatter Legion all along?
Nah, it felt like she was being possessed. My question is she dead? That's what I want to know.
And what was that fire that came out of her? And her body? Where did it go?
Oh, it's gone?
Mr. Yang, you're smart. What happened just now?
Okay, so her body is gone. Also, what happened to Dan Shou? Is she dead? After the character assassinated her? They destroyed her character and then immediately killed her. I feel like I've read lots of Chinese manga like this. Yep. Oh.
He's here.
Oh no. Oh god. It's Kafka.
Right on time.
That feeling, Kafka. It's welling up within me. That feeling. It's...
Well, don't resist. Let the Mara strike you.
You're here. It's time to pay the price! It's time! You think changing form will help you escape? Escape.
I've told you and that woman many times. I am Dan Heng. I've nothing to do with your past.
Dan Heng. You think another name and face can blot out the sin of your past? You didn't even experience death. I will force this suffering upon you, Dan Heng. You will know the pain of death.
Not on my watch.
Oh, hello.
You're not murdering anyone today, fugitive. You're coming with me.
Jing Yuan's lapdog. Did the general not teach you to choose your battles wisely?
Hey, move back. Things are about to... Huh? You look so familiar.
What?
Look out!
Oh, animation.
Your true self revealed.
Stop!
I have news for you, boy. Behind you is none other than the traitor of the Xianzhou.
The traitor?
A criminal forever banished. The High Elder of the Vidyadhara. Imbibitor Lunae. You really thought the Stellaron hunters were the only ones to infiltrate the Xianzhou?
In that case, I'll bring both of you to justice. I've heard of you, Imbibitor Lunae. First it was the Stellaron hunters, now an exiled criminal has infiltrated the Xianzhou. Sword evil.
What?
I have no interest in stoking conflict. I came to ensure the safety of my friends.
I'm so
Save your
confused.
excuses for the shackling prison.
I am so confused right now.
Out of the way! Do not be afraid.
Why is Blade fighting alongside me? When he stabbed me? I don't get it. What did Dan Hang do? I'm so confused. Why is this story so convoluted and so
Conflict
disorientated?
requires undivided focus.
I feel like before you even start this fight, there should be some form of minimal explanation of what the fuck is going on. We could talk with the main character. Oh my god. Do we have a voice? Looks like you as well become silent. God damn it, game! Is there nothing you'd like to ask? How she shakes her head. She doesn't want to speak. Nobody can get her to open up. You speak when you use your ultimate. I know, but I saw, like, this was a perfect opportunity to have the main character receive, like, this would be a perfect opportunity to have the main character have some form of, maybe not character development, but like character exploration. Shakes her head, doesn't want to speak. Nobody can get her to open up. This is a weird sentence here, though. I feel like this is a setup for something. Nobody can get her to open up. That's a very personal sentence. I feel like this... Oh, is that a mushroom? It is a mushroom. Oh, these are all mushrooms. I feel like this is a setup for something. I feel like Jarilo's, the Snow Planet story was way better than this one. I guess the best description I can give to Xianzhou, man, I'm horrible with this, with the Luofu, is that it felt very akin to a Genshin story, to a Genshin Impact story. It had lots of its feelings where there's a lot of narratives going around at the same time, a lot of loose ends, a lot of questions, a lot of just mystery and intrigue with not really that much resolution, and lots of just characters that name dropping and whatnot that just, like, it helps with world building but makes a very convoluted story, which is kind of what I felt in the end. The final villain of the story is just kind of meh. I get it. It's a hot woman. She's got big boobs. But at the end of the day, I just felt like, okay. It's, I don't feel like she's that much different from, like, the giant deer that we fought. It's just a random mob we're fighting. There was not really any build-up to her. There was more build-up to the blind woman and the dragon guy, and the guy turning into a dragon that there was with this final villain. So the ending just felt kind of empty. It's not even rushed. The story was not rushed. It didn't feel rushed, but it felt empty. It felt like it amounted to nothing at the end. Like the reveal, the twist reveal that Ting Yu was actually a villain all along is just shock value, because when you look at the consequences of that, there is absolutely no consequence to her being the villain, because one, she did nothing. It's not like she went around your back, you know, scheming, pulling strings and whatnot. No, she didn't do any of that, at least not directly towards you. Obviously, she convinced the cult to become more active, but that's like, she was already gonna do that without you being around. So like, it's not like she did, like, her being in a disguise didn't factor in anything. Yeah, it's like, it's a twist for the sake of a twist that has no actual impact in the story. It's like she does the twist. There's no actual consequences for her reveal. It's not like she gains an upper hand for the revelation or for disguising. Nothing really happens out of her revelation. It's just a twist for the sake of a twist. They could have just completely ignored that. Like, if you imagine the story without that twist, where instead of Ting Yu doing the neck tilt, just the goddess whatever of destruction falls down from the sky, it has the exact same impact as that scene. Nothing of the story changes. It resumes the same, which is to say that that twist is bad because it's just a shock scene for the sake of the shock value. And it pisses me a little bit because they had a perfect villain already for the story with the blind woman. That, I mean, they had the perfect villain already. You know, yeah, they had a character that had a motivation, they had a reason, they were a multi-layered character with a lot of personality, and then they are turned into a one-dimensional, power-hungry cartoon villain that just gets killed by a out-of-nowhere villain. I feel like they could have very easily made the giant woman into the blind woman, just switch the name, and the story would have been perfectly fine. It probably would have been much more improved than this random villain. However, I can tell that the random villain we got is a setup for the future. My problem with that is that when you make a story a setup for the future, you are automatically making that story inferior because that story cannot survive by itself. Right? By making that final villain a setup for the future, inadvertently the story has been downgraded because it's become this random villain out of nowhere. And it's not like you can't do that. It's not like you can't pull off random villains out of your ass and the story actually improves. There's plenty of situations like that. I can't like remember an example out of my I can't pull out an example right now because I can't remember. But like a perfect like scenario is like when you have a villain that very clearly is not the head of the operation. When you have a villain that's very clearly being manipulated, and then in the end you have the revelation. And I don't feel like this was a situation, and while technically this is what happened here, right? The blind woman was being manipulated by the destruction goddess thing, giant woman. I don't feel like the story set that up. I don't feel like the story set that up at all. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, like here she is. And it was like, at no point did you feel like I feel like what I'm trying to get as is the setup I saw in the first half with the blind, specifically regarding the cult and the blind woman, did not set her up as an incompetent, power-hungry baboon that is being manipulated by someone. Instead, it set her up as being someone who had very smart, someone who's intelligent, who is competent, and who has a motivation to screw up the ship. And then we got the power hungry saying that just kind of, as for like the whole dragon saying, it's like, I mean, they were alluding to it. It was set up fine. The whole Blade stabbing him and like teaming up with him then that part was entirely confusing. I don't. That felt more like they were, hey, how do we get people to try out Blade in this story? How do we do that? And that kind of what that scene felt like. It didn't feel like a natural scene. It felt like more like, okay, we need to make sure people get to try out Blade in the story. So this is the scene we're gonna go with. But aside from that random scene that feels very off, I feel like the setup for the Dragon Boy. I'm just gonna keep calling him Dragon Ball because I can't remember. What is his name? Is it Dan Hong, right? Yeah, it's Dan Hong.
Life is as ephemeral.
I just remembered. Right, Dan Hong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, no, not 4 yet. 4, 5.